What are you doing?
We're gonna see Fengsy today. I don't know what the status is on his lag, his cross-regional lag stuff. So I don't know who's favored here. I think Pain Stealth Bunnies is probably favored, but who was on iwL? This should be a pretty even clan war. Like LRM, you know, AOV did good getting a win. I mean, that's a pretty good showing against a team as strong as LRM, but LRM huge heavy favorites. Whereas this should be a little bit more of an evenly matched clan war, I would think. And we have potential for more BM. Should be seeing some justice potentially.
Definitely going to see some justice. Game 1, justice versus body.
Hang on, my Broodor is being weird. In fact, I don't know if it's... Oh, hang on. Stop being dumb, Icy Cup. I might have to restart. Prove where that is. That might be C. Alright, I'm coming back. Restart it. It like froze out on me or something.
little bit about the players before we start, I guess. Body is Rising Terran. Has shown some pretty good games in the past. I've been relatively impressed with his play. Last week played a TBT, so 2 TBTs in a row for him on this map, and it looked like he was going to win. It looked like he was going to win for a while there, but just couldn't quite make it happen. I hope I'm not mixing up my games, but he played relatively well. And Justice, as Eric alluded to earlier, is a Russian player, known for having some special ideas on how interpersonal relations should go via the internet. But he's okay. I think he's one notch above Body in terms of relative skill. 1.5 notches above Body, but certainly wouldn't be surprised if Body is able to win this game.
I don't know, Body's B+, man. Body's B+.
If you told me that Body practiced TBT before this match, I'd take Body. But on completely even field, I'd probably take Justice.
Okay, I could buy that. Since I don't know how much TBT Body's played. Oh, are you gonna join the game?
Okay, I'm not doing video.
There we go. I think we are ready when you are, Mr.
So, we are getting into this next set here. Set number 2 of the day. iwL versus Stealth.
PsB.
Stealth Flash Pain. Let's get going.
Need to remake. I don't know why, but I'll take your word for it.
Apparently one of us to load, I would imagine.
Alright, so here we go. Set 1 on Oxide. Latency, but I don't think it matters because it's a replay.
Alright.
So spotting in the top left-hand corner as the... Oh, it does
Maybe
matter.
matters a little bit.
Yeah, alright. Looks like we gotta do this one again. Sick legs! Man, it's a good thing Julia's not in this game, although Justice complains about the same thing.
It's fine.
Even you can win with this lag. Yeah, we gotta remake. That would be a very long TVT cast.
Fuck, I can't even quit the game.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I can't, because it says you dropped, so I can't quit. Till
Oh, I left the game. Why does it
no.
think that? Oh.
Yeah, I know. I'll be there in a second.
I left the game.
30 seconds.
That drop screen is the worst when you're in the middle of like a good game and it just pops up. Like it kills your rhythm. You're just like, why?
When I see things like the drop screen and they're forced to make a really arbitrary decision, like in this case, 45 seconds. Why 45 seconds? Because somebody said we should make it a minute, and somebody else said no, a minute is too long. It should be 45 seconds. I wonder what the thought process was.
It'd be even better if it was 42 seconds, just like mess with people like 41 seconds.
Yeah, I'm always interested in like why people pick like really silly things or really arbitrary things, because usually there's a reason. I tend to yeah.
Is there a different game name? Because MP4 still says game has already started. That works. Okay, 6 it is. Oh my god. Alright, so in the top left-hand corner, as our yellow Terran, I guess, we have PsB's Vadi. And in the bottom right-hand corner from iwL, we have BM Terran himself, Justice.
Alright.
So I'm going to be honest, I think most of the fans are going to be cheering for Justice to lose because they want to see what he's got in store. And that's the one downside to being a BM player, is that people don't always want to see you win because they're interested in your entertaining BM, which generally only occurs when you lose.
I don't know. I have faith. I have faith that Justice has honed his BM abilities to a level that he is capable of being BM in games where he does well. I have faith. Justice is a fucking go-to BMer.
Oh, this actually can be a tight wall. I didn't even think about that. That's pretty cool. Wait, is that like positional input? Can you? I don't think you can do a tight wall from the bottom side. That's pretty cute. I think you can do a tight wall from the top, not from the bottom of the map. I'll be damned.
Hello. He's building it. I assume he wouldn't be doing this unless he knew that it was tight. Alright. So, tight walls, a little bit less important in TVT than it would be in other matchups. But, you know, we could see some sick Marine run-bys.
Marine run-bys. Stim run-by! Just play Bio TVT.
Alright.
Oh! Justice scouting SCV just denied by the landing barracks. But that was close.
And I guess that means it is tight?
Yeah,
it's on the bottom?
It's quite tight.
I knew it was tight.
Oh, you can do it. You can maybe, no, this won't be tight to everything though, but you can do something of a wall off, I guess, with a depot and a barracks. Actually, if you switch the places of those two, you might be able to make a completely tight wall. So both players are getting a factory.
If you switch the positions of those two, does the barrack, or does, I don't know if you can get the supply depot like far enough to the left.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
And be on top of the barracks.
It is an interesting question.
Alright. Anyway, mirror builds so far, very predictably both players going for the early factory. I guess we could have seen one of the players going for a 14cc. That wouldn't have been bad.
It's always fun. Oh, I didn't realize that, but STVs can actually fit through that, so that's really not much of a wall at all. But it looks like one.
I mean, it stops. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Justice throwing down double starports.
Oh, 2 port Resu and Vadi going for a very quick expansion. Actually, right after his shop was added, so before tank. And he's going to go straight into tank.
Okay. So I guess we'll see what kind of detection, or not detection, but what kind of anti-air body builds. Obviously not going to have many Marines, just a few in the bunker, but, or not even a few, just one in the bunker. But will he be getting the Goliaths in time?
There's already one Wraith on the way. Second Wraith should be starting here as soon as the minerals get a little bit higher. There we go. I don't see any sign of anti-air so far from Vadi. Oh, there's the armory. Okay. Armory ought to finish by about the time the Wraiths are en route, so we'll be able to start Goliath production as soon as those first 2 Wraiths show up. Oh, I hope okay, he's got a depot coming. He's going to be slightly supply blocked, though. That's a bit unfortunate for Justice. This depot is only half done, and currently cannot make any more Wraiths. Waiting for that to finish.
It's going to be a little bit annoying for Vadi here, because the first Goliath isn't out. It's not going to be out for a little while, and then even after it's out, it's still just one Goliath. The benefit he has right now is that it's not versus Mutalisks. Versus Mutalisks, they come in a burst, and as soon as the fire's done, you already have enough Mutalisks to start one-shotting SCVs. In this case, it's just kind of tickling the SCVs. He really shouldn't be able to get too many kills here. Therefore, an appropriate number of Goliaths get out. Might be able to pick up 1 or 2, but...
Oh man, Goliath production hasn't started yet from Vadi, who actually opts to wait on the Goliath and get the second factory started beforehand. Oh dear, he's lost his only Marine in the bunker. The tanks are actually totally vulnerable now. If Justice realizes this, he may not, because usually you don't go near bunkers. But those tanks are super vulnerable.
So far has lost...
Justice has tanks coming in. That's why Vadi siege up. God, if he realizes that bunker is empty, he can win outright right now, which is pretty scary. Or if the bunker just dies. This can get ugly. What is Vadi doing? He's unsieging. He's trying to move out on the map. This is... I guess he doesn't want to get contained. Oh, there's a Goliath out now. SCV's moving forward for the break.
The tanks fired at the SCV and not the tanks that were sieging up, meaning that Vadi can get the positioning he needs to be able to take out the 2 tanks, and it doesn't look like he's going to lose 1. No, they're not in range. It was splash damage that did that.
Yeah, but looks like he's gonna inch forward and take out the tank from Justice. It's perfect. And the tank won't even get 1 more shot off! Oh, it gets 1 more shot off, just barely. It needs to repair it, though. He's committing to it. Justice will get that tank from Vadi. But cleaning up the Wraith, yes! And 2 more Wraiths coming out for Justice.
That was a situation where he didn't know how many tanks were behind that, so he just wanted to move out just enough to snipe that last tank without having to deal with anything else. But if the barracks had been over there, if he hadn't brought it so far out, he would have been able to see there was 1 tank there, and he could have just used his tanks in normal mode to pick it off, and would have got it way before it got that last shot off.
Yeah.
Anyway, still a good trade for Vadi. He lost a supply depot and 1 SCV and a tank. But that's worth 2 tanks and 2 Wraiths, along with the SCVs and along with the SCVs that he killed. That Justice, there we go. The Justice brought.
And let's not forget, Vadi has had the natural CC quite a bit longer and is ahead in production right now on what Justice has. Although Justice is adding to 3 facts, although Vadi doing the same, so Vadi's going to still have the better production.
Alright. So, building the starport, getting the control tower, can start producing his dropships, and he's actually going to be getting out dropships faster than Justice's, it looks like. Because Justice
Vadi unsieging and going to roll out here. I don't know if he's going to try to kill Justice outright, but he's certainly going to go try to get some nice position on the map. Although Justice has... Where are Justice's units? Oh, here we go. They're sitting at the tiny ramp. I don't know if Vadi can come up that, but he might be able to come up the high ground way. Oh, he's got Goliath range. He's got his Charon boosters out. So we'll see what Vadi does here. Is he going to try to come up the other ramp, or is he just going to go back home? I guess he might just go back home. Or, no, he's going to sweep. Wait, no, I can't tell. I can't tell what he's doing. Vadi, what are you doing with your army, man? It's just chilling in the map.
Yeah, I mean, he might be able to put on some pressure, but I don't think that's a good idea right now. I think that he should just play it safe and certainly wait until that dropship flies over to his army before he's really doing anything. He does need to be very careful, though, as Justice has some Wraiths out, and those Wraiths could
Of course, they're dying to Goliath right now.
Yeah. That's a little bit unfortunate, and ooh...
Trying to intercept it! No, he just needed one more shot, doesn't quite get it. So, Justice is going to get off a little bit of scouting on Vadi. Dropship is out right now. Wraith might find it. Wraith might find it. Oh. Alright, here comes Goliath. Goliath's in position, so he will save the dropships. But he does know there's dropships out now.
Wait, what?
I was saying he does know that there's dropships out now, because his Wraith spotted it.
No. I know. I thought that Wraith shots were like Zealot hits.
Oh,
in that it's like 2 different instances, so armor gets applied twice. But apparently I'm wrong. Because yeah, it is. Because you're looking at the dropship, took 19 damage. I thought it would have taken 18. StarCraft is weird. Sorry.
Justice is gonna walk into Vadi's siege line. That is not good. He loses 1 tank immediately. Does react pretty quickly though. And now I think we're going to see Vadi trying to use these dropships here. He's loaded up 2 tanks and 3 Goliaths and has 4 or 5 tanks down here. Definitely some threat to Justice's position there. And if we look at the supply, Vadi with the faster expansion is about 20 head. Oh, Vadi actually has a 3rd dropship load up. This is very dangerous for Justice right now. If he goes in, he's going to go into the main. This could be problematic. Although Justice has some stuff in the main defending and is adding a 3rd CC in the main. Actually, the dropships are not going to try to fly into the main. Not sure. Is he making a 4th one? Yeah, he is making a 4th one. And Vadi already had... No, never mind. He's floating out a 3rd CC. So Vadi, again, is still pretty ahead economically.
So, I didn't mention it last set, but so far on Ox side, we've had 2 TVTs, 2 TVPs, 2 TVZs. For a 4 insane that doesn't have a lot of Terrans, an awful lot of Terrans like to play on Oxide.
And here come dropships. Massive drop here, unloading in the minerals behind the CC. Vadi siege is up. The reactions from Justice are really, really slow. And by that, I mean almost... Well, okay, finally, he pulls some stuff. But can Justice deal with this now? It's seeming difficult at the moment. One of his tanks is in range, and Justice just leaves the game with no BM. And Vadi gets the win for PsB.
Dropship's pretty good. Really good unit in TVT. So, need to wait just a couple seconds before the next set. We're gonna have some minor things behind the scenes. Next set going to be on Coliseum, which really like that map. A fan of it, and I think that the things that I said week 1 about why I like it have come true so far. In a lot of the games, we've been able to see players do things a little bit weird on that map that they wouldn't really be able to do on other maps. Obviously, in the last game, going for that Sunken Rush is a really, really clear example. But also last week, we saw Draw do some stuff that you couldn't really pull off on any other map. It had to be Oxide map. And that's why I like Oxide. It really just, it opens the playbook. It gives you more options than you would have on a standard map, but it doesn't make it so you have to do those weird options. You can play standard if you want to, you just have more options. It's not changing your options, it's not limiting your options, it's strictly adding more options.
What's the game name going to be?
I'm not sure. I assume it's same. It's up. Yep, same. So it looks like the next set's going to be Cute versus Sacred. I don't think we saw Cute last week, did we?
Don't remember. I don't know what I think Sacred is like B or B+, Cute is A-. So... Which player for which team, though? iwL Sacred, Cute is on Pain Stealth 1, I guess.
Right.
So spawning in the bottom left-hand position as our blue Zerg, we have Cute. And in the top right-hand position as our white Zerg, we have Sacred.
Yeah, we're gonna have to remake this.
Seems normal to me. Is it messed up for you?
Really?
Yeah, it's smooth to me.
Oh, it's all fucked up. And the observer left.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
I didn't notice that. Alright. Weird. It was like butter for me. Alright.
So, really cool to see Cube playing. As I said, I didn't see him in Payne's first outing, but he's just yet another really player who has a lot of potential on that team. And I don't mean potential in the same like maybe someday he'll be a good player. When I say potential in this context, it's he's a really good player if he plays to his capability. There have been some instances we've seen where he's not so good because he's not super active, but if he is active, he's definitely A minus level player. So, in the top right, as the white Zerg, just going over it once again, is Sacred. In the bottom left, as the blue Zerg, it is Cute.
And obviously both players right now are just droning. Overlord's not going to scout correctly because no one sends Overlord's cross map on ZVZ. And given, yeah, never mind. That's obvious too. Let's see, both players starting their Overlords. So no 9-pull speeds this game. It has been a popular build. I think every ZVZ we've casted, in fact, has featured at least one player going 9-pull speed. And I feel like we've gotten a surprising number of 9-pull speed against 12 hatches. I feel like I've casted at least 5 or 6 of those, maybe more. Overpull here from Sacred. Whoa, Psych. Fake overpull here from Sacred, who decides on second thought that he's going to make a 12 hatch. And it's going to be 12 hatch from Cute as well. So we're going to have mirror build, so we're going to have a quote-unquote true skill ZVZ. Wait, no, it's going to be 12 pool for Sacred, so that's a bit unfortunate. That's going to give a general edge to Cute, as the muta timing and link timing isn't generally faster enough to be significant given travel time, and you just end up with a better economy coming off the 12 hatch. Although it's 12 hatch in base, so he's not going to have access to the second gas.
So it's very minor. Very, very minor speed increase at the Mutalisks. Very, very minor economic increase for the 12 hatch player. It really almost is a mirror. And actually, this is what's really going to separate it now. That we do have the expansion from the 12 pooling player, but it's an expansion at the gas. So if he's able to hold on to that, obviously a big advantage for him having 2 gas versus 1 gas. But if he can't hold on to it, well, it's just an extra opportunity for the Mutalists to harass. So it's another liability. And on this map, the natural does stick really far out there. So he's going to have to really make sure that either he's putting a lot of pressure on his own, not letting Cute do anything, make any decisions, just playing reactively, or he needs to make sure that he's really forward with his Mutalisks. He can't just keep them back hovering over the main hatchery. He's got to keep them in position to be able to defend the natural if it needs to.
Alright, so Sacred playing this real carefully, sending a scouting lane across the map. Only one, obviously not wanting to move out with all of his lings in case Cute was at an adjacent spawn and would gone for a faster pool. Otherwise, all his lings would be out on the map, and then Cute would just show up in base and kill all his drones before he could return. But it's cross map and it's 12th hatch, so there's really no threat of that. And now Cute is going to kill off that Sunken. I guess just wants to make sure nothing weird happens. And Lair is... Oh, actually, Cute has the faster Lair. Did he get... He must have gotten Lair before Speed. Yeah, okay. Just difference in that, that's why. So Cute opting for Lair first, and Sacred opting for Speed first. And since Sacred went for the faster pool, he should have slightly more links at this point. Although Cute can catch back up as he's second hatch of Larva's faster, but the mobility advantage here favoring Sacred, but there's a pretty good looking arc from Cute, and Sacred is not going to attack that.
Interesting that Cute got interesting that Cute got Speed first and has more links. Normally when you go for a hatchery on 2 bases, you Cute's actually building a sunken colony on that creep patch. Instead of just killing it off, he's actually going to use it help.
You mean Sacred?
Sacred, sorry. Yeah. Which is a little bit interesting.
It's convenient. Allows you to defend your choke.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna need it, because here comes Cute, and
it's a lot of links. That is a lot of links. That might be enough to overwhelm even the Sunken. Here we go, we've got an engagement. The arc isn't that great. He's actually got a lot of links dedicated to taking down the Sunken, and that is down. The links coming in, I think it's too many from Cute. Definitely gonna break through here. He doesn't necessarily have more ling and reinforcements, but look at that, it's already 2 drones down, and really, Sacred needs more links to spawn right now. He could go in and go for a few more drone kills. He's being a little indecisive here. I think he just actually wants to camp the eggs and try to get the spawning lings. He goes for it, and he's getting most of them, but the drone drill comes in time and will clean it up. Sacred holds on. 2 drones lost in the process, though. And Larva is spent, and money is spent, so he's not going to be able to make Muta. Whoop. We got a little bit of lag here. Cute has a bunch of lings running across the map. And no Muta in production here for Cute. He just wants to keep the link pressure on, seeing how decisively he won that engagement.
Yeah.
Oh,
not enough time to get another sunken.
2 links slipping by, but that allows another group to get in, but the arc is not very good. Needs to get set up. If he wants to continue with this pressure. Yeah, at the moment, just not opting to make many Muta, just kind of some Scourges here and there.
Both players have their Spire up. Cute's actually not making a single Mutalist. He is committing fully to these lings. The Scourge, might as well just Scourge it Overlord. There's not nothing else they can do with them.
Oh god, Cute is kind of overrun here. All the drones are off the line, and 2 lings have snuck into the middle line, forcing even more drone pulls. And things not looking good right now for Sacred, and that might be me suffering from a little bit of lag.
Yeah, I'm getting that too.
Oh, Scourge killing Scourge. That's been unfortunate, but it looks like all the drones are going to die right here. He's trying to run them as best he can to get a Muta out, but it'll just get Scourged most likely.
Well, I don't know, he's just trying to stall for the Mutalists to get out, and he got the Mutalists out, but 4 drones left total? That's just gotta be too much economic damage. Oh, 2 drones left.
It's down to like 2 or 3.
Yeah, he has 2 drones left and 18 minerals. So he needs to do like 3 more.
And he can't leave with the Muta either, because then the links will just kill everything.
Yeah.
And now, if he wants, now Cute is transitioning to Muta, making 4 of them at a time. So he's just going to be ahead of Muta, and there's no money to make anything else. So Cute has this. Just kind of A-moving lings now, not even worrying about his concave all that much. And GG.
Well done,
PsB goes up 2-0.
So, yeah, as you said, PsB up 2-0. Both of the games short, decisive,
Yeah, definitely.
looking pretty strong.
I just want to see Fangsy, man. I've never actually seen us play.
There's not a rule in this league where you have to use somebody a certain number of times in the regular season to use them in the playoffs, right?
Good question, but I don't think
so.
so. John Laterra might be the man to ask, but I don't think there is. Is it MP6 or?
Yeah, he's you gotta wait another second.
Okay.
Alright. So, I do hope we see him at some point. Definitely, I mean, he's a legendary player. You definitely want to see him. You definitely want to see him go up against the best of the current players.
Oh, you know what's disappointing that I heard? Is that last week in where SAS won 4-2?
Right.
If that game would have gone the other way, I forget who it was that was actually playing. It was some PVT. But had the Terran player won, we would have gotten to see the ace match, and it was going to be a draw against Scan.
Right. Yeah, and I think also that Scan was going to play. He was in the lineup, but they used the Joker player to get rid of Scan.
That's a bit
and
odd.
Eon sort of took his place.
But Eon did win.
But Eon won.
With the power of lag, according to Tasakwe. Oh, no, never mind. He won with 10 drones. He said, only way you can beat me is with 10 drones.
And lag.
So here we go, Outsider.
Alright. In the top position as the teal Zerg, iwL's Ace. In the bottom position as the purple Protoss, it is Splax.
So Ace is an A minus Zerg, maybe. No, he might be A. Zerg. And Splax is a C plus Protoss, so I think iwL is going to put their first points on the board, especially given the matchup, but you never know. Splax might have something prepared, or he might just surprise us.
Alright. So, we haven't seen as much fear as people had for Outsider. We have not seen the super cheese on Outsider yet.
This is
Admittedly, we haven't seen any super late games either. But I don't think we've seen more than one cheesy game. I'm pretty sure the Peruvian game was cheesy. No, this was the one that wasn't, if I remember correctly.
I'm trying to think of which game it was, but yeah. Alright, so Peru comes the probe out. Presumably we're going to see a forge. He's actually cutting probes right now. Is he going to go double gate? No, he's going to make a forge. That was odd. He cut probes for a really long period of time, though. Oh, and it's pool 12? Was that? No, that was overpooled. Never mind, that was overpooled. And it looks like we might see... we're going to see at least 2 pairs of lings. Is he going to wait for the third pair and make 3 pairs? No, he's just going to make 1 pair of lings. As that's all he has money for, because he's putting down the hatchery.
Yeah, this is something that I'm pretty sure I associate with Ace a lot, of just making the one set of lings. He likes to try to get out of range as possible. I used to be a really big fan of Ace back quite a while ago during ISL 1 and 2. He was really active. He was considered one of the best in the scene. But since going inactive, he And he's just a player who doesn't play as much. He still has a lot of talent, and it's evident. You can see glimpses of it every now and then, but he's never never gotten back to that point of being the player who got to back-to-back ISL finals.
Yeah.
A little bit of a shame, but kind of the way World of Brood War works now.
Yeah, activity is really, really huge in the foreign scene. The players that stay active are usually a threat, and the players that aren't tend to have poor results, or at the very least, much less consistent results.
It tends to be pretty evident when a player isn't terribly active.
Indeed,
For example,
it does.
I'm guessing that Baka, you did not play a whole lot of games in the past 2 weeks. Just
I don't know. I haven't heard. I think he's been a little less active than usual recently, but I haven't heard as far as past 2 weeks.
All right. So, Cybercore started. Natural Nexus just finishing up. Whoa. Okay, I take that back. Everything's not looking standard. We have a fast Hydrolist then.
Oh,
All
boy.
right. Okay.
Oh, boy. The pro's still alive, though. With only one pair of links, he won't be able to deny it. I wonder if he's just going to try to do Fake Bust. Fake Bust is always pretty cool. Especially as Protoss overreacts and goes cannon crazy. Is Splax paying attention to his probe? Nope. You will not see the den. Ominous. Ominous.
Ace is recharging Hydrolist speed first.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
bit
pretty sure that's
missing.
not.
Yeah, a lot of times you grab the rain first so you can just knock down the wall at the front.
Yeah. I mean, the wall's in a position where maybe this is specific to looking at the wall, because he doesn't need range to kill off the gateway. And if he kills off the gateway, then he can use the speed to rush down the cannon.
Oh, 4-hatch Hydra. Okay. And yeah, exactly. If you get rid of that gateway, then you can get in there on the cannons pretty easily. Whereas if you don't, then you kind of have this big Hydra mass, but you can only get close enough to fight the cannons one-on-one. So it's just a more efficient fighting ratio for the cannons.
Yeah. In a choke, when there's a really deep choke, something like...
Like your target?
Sure. Yeah, that's good. That's a good example. Something more like that. Range is more important because you need as many Hydrolists as you can firing. But on this map, there's hardly a choke. It's really open as the Hydrolist attack. So speed will allow you to really get into good positions faster. It's also going to allow you to kite the speed lots if you want to do some micro against them. Now, we do have more cannons going down. The Hydrolists have been scouted. I think a couple of them were attacking a probe. So, I mean, he's going to have time to get some cannons up. They're going to probably just finish.
The good news is he's not going to have to overreact. He's got a probe in there seeing it. So he's seen now that there's 5 hatches. So this is basically just kind of like Fake Bust. And yeah, he's only adding 4 cannons, so that's perfectly good. That's exactly what you want to see. And with Zealots out and stuff, these Hydra are really not going to be that big of a threat. It looks like he might threaten a bust, though. Can at least pick off the 1 cannon, which he gets really easily, and scares Splax enough that he's going to add a new 4th cannon, what would have been his 5th cannon before. And now the gateway is going to go down real easily. It really sticks out. And actually, he's adding another cannon. I guess he's worried about the production of Hydra is pretty significant off of 5 hatcheries. So I think he needs more cannons just while he waits for his Templar. Yeah, his Templar. No, he's going for it. Oh my god. He's going for it. More cannons are finishing. Now backing up, picking off the Zealots. Situation seems a bit scary. There are still a lot of Zealots still out on the field. Speed is either done or not happening.
I'm surprised he didn't go for the Forge. I think the Forge was in a position he might have been able to pick it off before those 2 new cannons, the ones at the bottom left now, were finished. But instead he just went in for the attack, trading cost effective.
I'm pretty sure he could kill if he went in right now. I feel like this would be really hard for Splax to hold. I'm surprised Ace is not going for it. That's
he just started
surprising.
That
would have been only 3 cannons against 3 or 4 slow lots. He could have taken that pretty easy. Interesting, very interesting. But I guess now there's 5 cannons up. Now I don't know if it would be worth the trade. Splax adding on more gateways, going up to 4, and getting a robo facility in the natural.
Alright. So, the first Corsair... Ooh, the first Corsair actually got scourged. No, it couldn't have got scourged, sorry. It got hit by Hydralisk.
Yeah.
And it's looking for a kill. It hasn't been able to find one yet. And it's still not going to.
So Templar out in the natural for Splax, and Storm is on the way.
Yeah, and we have a robo facility that's in the natural.
Oh, DT. 1 drone, 2 drones, 3 drones, 4 drones, 5 drones. Dead. So kills off most of the mining at the third base for Ace. And obviously a good trade, at least from an economic standpoint. And Ace almost having his lurkers done.
Yeah, Lurker's almost done, Spire's almost done. So, just transitioning into, probably be transitioning into a normal mid-game composition. Gonna try to get that Overlord!
Oop.
But no, doesn't get
Misjudges it. Yeah.
Of course, there. Alright. We actually have a shuttle building right now. And there isn't a robo bay, or a support bay. So, Storm drops?
Most likely. Seems probable. Yep. Taking a single High Templar in the shuttle. Well, we're gonna grab some DTs too. It looks like just 1, but... Oh, it runs by, there we go, picks it up. And Splax heads out. Of course, Overlord Vision's pretty good here from Ace. That's one of the downsides to having Corsairs. You can't clear out the vision, so he ought to see the shuttle if he's paying attention. Oh, he's actually sending a goon to try to clear some of that out, but he's still gonna have to fly over that Overlord, which sees it now. Scourgy! Ouch. And now he's contained. Then going to need to start adding goons to that composition, and Ace immediately takes the backdoor base and adds hatchery 6 and 7.
Yeah. He's actually trying to engage Zerg here, which is really hard.
Yeah, he's getting odds now. He's getting goons. Goon range is hopefully done.
Yeah, it's done.
Otherwise, he's going to be contained for ages.
He got it up. I'm surprised that he hasn't taken backdoor expos yet. Typically, they're unsafe compared to the center expos, but you're just contained so hard right now. You gotta go and get the economy when you can get it.
Yeah, he's moving to take it now. He's gonna try to punch out of this. Please tell me you're not going to. Obs gets scourged or something, or Hydra sniped. I don't know. I just heard it dying. And Splax running into the same issue I seem to always have in PvZ, where you have all your gas spent, but you get really high overmins. Even with a gateway. It's just not enough. Like, if you have 3 bases, this isn't so bad, but on 2 bases, it's pretty easy. And now Splax moving with the goons, picking off some stuff at the front of the contain.
Yeah,
trying to bait the Hydra in to attack and throw down the storms. It's a decent one, but the Observer is scourged, but Splax pulls back nicely, anticipating the scourging of the Observer.
He's actually trading rather cost efficiently. Every time he goes in, he's picking off multiple workers, not losing anything too significant. I mean, you did mention that he, trying to snipe the Observer! Throws away a lot of Hydralisk and does not get the Observer. Man, you mentioned that he's running out of gas. Losing the Observers does hurt gas, obviously. He lost a lot of gas, but still looking surprisingly good for the Protoss. I'm really surprised he's been able to trade so effectively. No, doesn't get it again. Now 2 observers out, failed the snipe a couple of times. Storm going down, killing off a lot of the lings. Almost all the lurkers are dead. The contain's getting pushed farther and farther back to the point that it's no longer really a contain.
Yeah, he's almost got room now to move out, and he does have some stuff in the natural. Not a huge army, though. Still holds the supply advantage, though, but the danger is Ace is getting pretty close to being on his 8 or 9 hatch macro, which against a 2-base Protoss is really, really a tough situation. So this contain is getting really near the point of buying him sufficient time. Oh, snipes off the Templar too, and both the Obs. And there's just not that many units. And the more concerning thing is there's no Templar from Splax, so he doesn't really have counter push potential, even if he breaks out, which is looking like it's not going to happen now as a lot more lurkers are being made. He doesn't really have the potential to counter push. And oh, we got a drop loading up somewhere. Here it is.
It is from the.
It's a 6-link drop to the back door.
Yeah.
And it will arrive in time, so Splax is going to have to cancel that base. Hive is almost done too, so... Well, maybe not the base, maybe just the cannon. As he is sending a zealot back, but he's going to need more than one zealot. So forced to cancel. And all of a sudden Ace running in with a bunch of units. There's no Templar here. I don't know why Splax is committing to it. I think this is going to be a siren song. It's just too much from Ace. He can't commit without Templar, and now Ace just storms in. There's no Templar, nothing to stop him. And Splax is forced to fall back to the natural. He just doesn't have enough gas to build everything he wants. One of the issues with 2-base, especially if you lose your early Templar, is you can't make Goons, Templar, and Obs in a contained situation. And that's what we're seeing right now from Splax.
Splax is getting dangerously close to losing the Nexus in the back door.
Yeah, Ace sees there's no I-Templars pushing through. It'll probably bring the lurkers in soon now as well. And I think this game is about over with iwL on the board. Ace over swarming Splax, not able to deal with A- or A level power.
Yeah, Storm doesn't have Storm. I simply don't have energy.
Yeah, they just now came out. They're fresh out of the gates.
Yeah, that actual
Splax is like, damn, GG.
Ouch.
Could this be the beginnings of an iwL comeback? I don't know.
Could be. Could be. Depends a lot on who the rest... Depends a lot on who the rest of SB's roster is. I've always felt that the style that Ace used in that game is, in my opinion, it's a lot stronger than typical Zerg style. I don't agree with the fast spy. I've never thought that the fast spire was super strong, and I never really understood why it was super standard. You get stuff out of it, but Protoss just can't deal with that because, I mean, in that game he went up to 5 hatcheries, and then macroed for a while and then went for the attack. But at any point, if he had felt that, you know what, I can win the game right now, could have just gone complete all-in. And that threat of being able to all-in at any point from 6 minutes to 20 minutes, it's just so fucking strong. Alright, next game, Artanis versus Infected. I forgot Infected's no longer on LRM.
Oh yeah, good point. Steve, you went to PsB or?
Yeah.
Okay. Tans is pretty good, but I think Infected is probably favored.
A bit. Yeah. I think Infected really bucks the PsB mold of Infected's really consistent. Like, he is exactly the same level in all of his games. He does not have a bad game, he does not have a good game. They're just really solid.
And so it begins on Overwatch. Spawning in the top left-hand corner as the orange Zerg, we have Infected. And in the bottom right-hand corner as the red Protoss, we have our Tennis.
Yep. Alright, so PvZ. Did we see our Tannis last? Yeah, we did. Okay. We saw our Tannis last week versus Ziki. So, kind of hard to say anything about his performance after that. Ziki.
Our Tennis with a little more reasonable opponent this game.
Yeah. So, Infected is, speaking of that style from last game, Infected's from Bulgaria, and he has played the Technics kind of style of, which is similar to the style that Ace played last time, of really delaying the layer, really focusing on getting lots of hatches. Really,
Technics says nice map, but makes kind of that flat face, so I don't know if that's really tongue-in-cheek or not. Because I've definitely heard some players that really don't like this map, but I think I've heard of one or two that also like it as well, so I don't know.
is he walling wrong? I've not noticed that, but
He's going Nexus first, so
no, but I just mean when he does get the wall. Is he gonna be able
I
to
think
do
he
it?
can just go pylon, forge, and put the gateway on top of it. And he'll have one hole between the pylon and the forge, and another hole at the top. Oh, he decides it's overpool. I should probably make the forge, although that forge is really pretty late. But I think the rush distance might be far enough that it'll be alright.
Maybe. Not good. Turn down the manor pylon to delay the hatch.
It does make 3 lings, so this could be a little bit interesting. Forge not quite done yet. Alright, forge is finished. Cannons need to go down ASAPly. There's one cannon. He's gonna try to get away with one cannon. Alright. I hope his cannon timing is good. If it's not good, this will end really fast.
And those lings are already out. Like,
Yeah. It's a bit scary.
oh no! But the lings are going top to deal with.
Yeah. Had they gone across the map, that cannon might have. It's so hard to call. But either way, he's gonna be okay now. It's gonna be okay now.
I totally made a big point about this last week. I think it might have been in the Zeke or Tannis game. Of I really like it when Zergs send one ling or no lings at all to deal with the scouting probe and just send all their initial lings to attack.
Yeah, I'm really a fan of the response of you put one ling on the scouting probe and then just send the rest to the front.
That's why. So the cannon's up and they do. Yeah, he has 2 probes to block the 2 holes. I don't actually think the probe on top fully blocks it, but he can move into position. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and this time he's gonna go for the wait, what am I seeing here? Infected is taking 4 hatches on 4 different bases. Greedy dude.
Oh, I like it. Okay, this was what I was trying to talk about in the beginning
It's
of the
gonna be a
game.
lot
and
of
I got
gas.
interrupted. This is... I really like this. This is the style I like. It's just completely fuck this fire. We're going to get a super awesome economy early. We're going to build some Hydralisks. And at any point, we can just stop doing economy and go for the attack. I think the style is so strong. And he doesn't do it as much as Technics did it. But I have seen him do this this kind of thing before. And I really love it.
It's really strong at foreigner level, but at Korean level, especially when you get guys that have beautiful Corsairs and the multitasking to be dropping all over the place, this is really hard to deal with. because, yeah, you can imagine when you're getting all your overlords killed and there's DTs everywhere, and you're being dropped in 2 spots. It's too much area to defend, and without Scourge, you just can't deal with it. But most of the foreign scene doesn't really have the mechanics to execute those kind of plays, so it is definitely stronger at this level. But I mean, this is kind of the stuff that was really popular right at the time of the revolution that Bisu shut down that Savior was doing. Is you'd have these 4 hatches on 4 bases, and then it was like, nope, if I just send DTs and Corsairs everywhere, I can cause all kinds of problems. But curious to see how it handles the defense, though, because there are going to be some +1 zealots here, and with 4 bases area to cover, that feels like an awfully large investment in sunkens, as you'll have to sunken 3 bases. Oh, he has not seen these zealots yet either. The Lings are out of position, as was the Overlord, so there's definitely potential for some damage here with these lots.
Speed's about halfway done, so if you won't have speed to help him chase the drone?
No, this is just a 3 poke out, but he's gotten here unmolested, and... Oh, Hydra just starting production, no, drones need to run though. There we go. Infected reacts, runs the drones. Now the Hydra will soon be popping. So, slow lots against Slowdras. Oh, and the lot's running right by the Hydra. Drone's now transferring back. Lot's a bit confused, can't decide which way to go, but there are more Hydra arriving. And he needs to block the ramp, prevent the run-by from going inside. He is doing an okay job of that. The one Zealot is going to sneak in a little bit, so that's pretty obnoxious. He has cleaned up the Zealot over at the other base, though. Oh, speed just now kicked in. As did +1, but I don't think he's going to continue to pressure, as there's already a lot of Hydra on the map, and having expended 3 Zealots, he doesn't really have the Zealot count to make the +1 attack work.
So we're going to skip Stargate complete to get Fast Storm. So both players actually going for a little bit of an odd thing and completely just focusing everything on the ground. I guess the storms are going to be a pretty critical thing here. DT moving out, it's not going to bother to attack the Hydralisks.
It is spotted though.
Was it spotted? There's no.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he saw it and then reacted to it with his Hydra. Maybe he just happened to pull back at the same time, but the way he moved made it seem like, oh yeah, what's that? Yeah, he's turned an Overlord back and it's heading to the base. But the DT is going to beat it out. The Hydra are way out of position though. See, this is the danger of this build. We'll see. They'll see the DT. But he's going to have to evacuate all these drones. And it's going to get 2 kills, maybe 3. Looks like just 2. And now the Overlords ran away. Oh, the DT gets back to cloak position. And the drones transfer back through it, but it doesn't get a swipe off. So DT is suck right now at 2 kills. Now Overlords are back in position.
Yeah, and it looks like this DT's now going to just get picked off.
There we go. Now it is killed, eliminated, taken care of.
So,
and still just 3 gates for Artanis here. And a really fast forge, like a super fast forge. Like a 50 supply a second forge. So this is like, I'm going to play for the late game or something, I guess. He's going to have like the fastest armor in the world.
So, that's what you don't like about this build from Zerg, but that's exactly what I like about this build from Zerg. Like, the DT goes up, it gets 3 drone kills. That's, in a normal game, that's not the best for Protoss, but it's not terrible. In this game, though, that DT could have killed the entire base, and Zerg would still have 3 bases versus Protosses too. Not a super big advantage, but it's kind of okay. It's when you have this many bases and this many drones at the bases, it's like, sure, go ahead, kill some. I don't care. I have so many attributes, I'll just remake them. It's fun.
The problem is more when the Corsairs and the drops are like everywhere, because you just can't defend all the Overlords adequately with Hydras and all that stuff, especially when you move out. And then Protoss starts harassing with the Sairs and dropping 2 or 3 bases, and they wipe out large portions of your economy at once. And if the Protoss is really good mechanically, that kind of play is really difficult to deal with. But here's the upside for Zerg. You've got this army really fast. I mean, this is 930. and the Zerg already is going to be setting up a contain and stuff.
Zerglings see the drop ship, or the shuttle. They should know that the drop's coming.
Bum,
Tell
bum,
me your
bum,
reaction
up the
though. I
right
guess he
side.
wasn't paying attention.
Here we go. Here comes the shuttle drop. The high tempo has not been dropped. The drones run. They're pretty well spaced out, and the whiff. It's a complete whiff.
No,
It's been a long time since I've seen that. Not a single drone killed, and the shuttle is in danger. The Hydra pursuing, but it will just sneak away. Oh, the Templar actually died. It's only a Zealot that's in that shuttle.
He got the 2 drones that spawned.
Oh, did they? Oh.
Yeah.
I missed that. Okay.
So it wasn't complete whiff, but still not so good.
The 1 Zealot drop, the infamous, terrifying 1 Zealot drop. Charged into the main now, and it will go for a drone. It's actually going to kill it. No. Actually runs all the drones, but I guess, hey, I would have just drilled that thing, but whatever works. And that Zealot is now taken care of. And now a nice contain setup. This looks like a pretty annoying contain. There's not much space to work with at all. Storm! And the Hydra go the wrong way. Actually eat a large portion of that storm. Second storm, though, it's just 1 lurker. But that wasn't unintentional. If you had an obs, you could go out there and pick that lurker off, but it does not. He should, though. He's had his Robo Bay in the natural for ages. He's making another shuttle. He's just like, you know what? You got me contained. I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna, like, chill in my contain and shit. Also, I want to say Protoss is 30 supply behind.
Yeah.
That is really far behind.
What do you expect? 4 base versus 2. And actually, in fact, it did go for a really late Mutalisk transition. He has 9 Mutalisks out, I think.
This is so weird. This is so weird. He's got, like, ridiculous upgrades. Like, he's getting 3-2 already, Protoss is. But he's got, like, no supply. It looks like he really cut probes hard. I think that's why he's so behind.
Oh,
he
no! The shuttle.
Oh,
the
dear.
shuttle has speed. It won't be hit by the Scourge, but the Mutalisks, they didn't get all their shots off. He's microing. He's getting it down. Got it. Nice.
Alright, so now he's got the Spire, more equipped to deal with drops, which is good. The shuttle speed's kind of cool, I guess, but... 2 cannons being added, and then coming back to defend. But yeah, he's just got so few probes. His natural is horribly undersaturated, and even his main. At best, we're looking at 2 probes per patch, and that's being generous.
It just occurred to me now that he got shuttle speed and didn't get any reavers. He built that robo support just for shuttle speed.
Yeah, or maybe he wants to go reaver at some point to break the contain. I'm not sure. He's got 9 gateways, too, which is an awful lot. But his supply is still just 95, and being forced to add so many cannons, so that's why it's not going up. Zerg at 131, and now the harass is going to be super obnoxious. It's over a cliff. The Archon can't really get there because there's a bunch of buildings. Fun times are not being had by Executor Artanis right now. And Infected is taking 2 more bases. Yeah, I don't feel too good about this. I think we'll see if the upgrades can help, as they are pretty ridiculous, but I think we're just going to see a couple failed attempts at a break, and eventually a GG. But we'll see. I mean, 3-2, you don't usually see 3-2 against 1-0. So in that sense, the Protoss can be really strong, but the supply lead from Infected right now is massive.
Some really good storms in there.
Yeah, the storms are great.
Really, really good storms.
But he does pick off all the Templar. Unfortunately, he doesn't pick them all off until lots of good storms have gone down. Hydra reinforcements, Artanis needs to stop, man. It's not enough units. You gotta go back, bro. You gotta go back. He's trying to snipe down the obs, but he just can't get them. That actually might give him the window he needs to bust out, but there's still a lot of goons here. He's trying to power through it. He might actually break the contain. More Hydra reinforcements. That Archon is pretty strong. It's being targeted down. And now there are more goons out from Artanis and pretty heavy production from a lot of his gateways. So he's going to bust that perhaps on account of Infected being too obsessive with trying to kill obs.
Man, it's been a while since I've seen storms use that effectively. He just killed everything at the beginning of that fight. That shouldn't have been anywhere close to a victory for Artanis.
Of course, the concern here is that he's got no Templar with his army, which means he's got one, but oh man, means he can't really counter pressure to Zerg, and he's going up against a Zerg that is on 6 bases.
A little bit rough.
And who has Crackling? He's gonna have Crackling in the next like 45 seconds.
Triple Evo chamber going. Getting all the upgrades.
However, it's a 3-2 Protoss.
Yeah. Protoss looks like upgrades. Certainly helped in that fight. The fact that Protoss has 1 extra attack upgrade over the Zerg means that the Zealots 2-shot the Lings as opposed to 3-shot them. That's pretty important.
Yeah, it's quite nice. And of course, the armor advantage, 1 attack against maybe 3 armor. Well, no, he doesn't have 3 armor anytime soon. That's going to definitely mitigate the terrifyingness of Cracklings, as with an attack that does that low damage, high armor really is significant. 1 Zealot harassing the 9 o'clock base of Infected, forcing a full run on the drones. And Infected now moves in with a bunch of Lurkers. They're horribly clumped, though. That is not what you want to do. I don't know. Ugh, don't want to do that. These Lurkers can just all get stormed and taken out right now, the way Infected is set up here. Yeah, it needs to back out and like spread them, or just totally back out in general. But Infected still ahead by 20 supply or so. And that 1 Zealot has actually run all the way into the main, as there's only just being kind of right-click chased by 1 Muta. And look at that flood of units from Infected. Nice big control line coming down the map.
Infected is an interesting decision right now, because he can put on lots of pressure here. It looks like he's going to be doing that. He could just decide to sit back on 6 bases and say, I have 6 bases, you have 3, I'm going to beat you. But no, he really just does not want to let Protoss have that 3rd base. Those DTs are doing a lot of damage.
Oh, Lurkers coming in. The Arcane is not their base, all the Lurkers are burrowed though. And the Templar does not have enough for more storms. And it looks like he's punching through the goons, forcing them back to the cannons. If the reinforcements continue to come, that'll be great. There is a DT doing damage on the Sunken. He killed a couple drones, now dies. Now the DT moves in again at 9 o'clock, the 2nd DT, but it will also die to the Sunken, and Infected will be okay from that threat. 1 Lurker left over here. Not going to be able to kill the passing by High Templar, though. Let's use the DT there to kill off that Lurker, and now we're going to have a bunch of Cracklings flooding in. And Scourge. Alright, so here we go. Cracklings running in, but I think there's a lot of cannons and Templar support. I don't think this wave of Cracklings is quite enough.
Yeah, I think he just needs to hold back. I think that he has just such a strong economy right now, he doesn't need to be throwing units at this so aggressively. I think he can wait for the Defiler to finish Consume. I think that he can wait for Guardians?
Yeah, it's been interesting.
Alright, Guardians? I mean,
well, there
there
is no Stargate. There is no Stargate.
There's no Stargate. There's Storm. Storm has known to be pretty good against Guardians,
well,
but maybe there's not that much Storm.
Like, how good is that map vision? He can see anywhere and everywhere Protoss goes. He has, like, infinite time to react. Another downside to not having Corsairs.
Yeah. That vision is kind of absurd.
Alright, so Artanis is venturing out here with this small 100 supply army. Although, where? Oh, here's Infected. I was like, where's all Infected? That is, oh my god. Oh, Queens. Oh, we got Queens, baby. We got Queens. We're gonna see some Broodlings. Also, he's got like 20 Lurkers. That's gonna be ridiculous.
Snare.
He literally can't break this. Like, the sheer Lurkers themselves are better than, I mean, he has a Lurker for every unit in this Protoss army. Plus, he can, like, ensnare Broodling stuff.
Oh, Knights now.
Yeah, he's noticing a bunch of
units.
Lurkers through. Imba-ness of Lurkers has arrived, and even Swarm to boot, so the Imba is even more Imba. And now he's trying to flank it. Here come the Queens. Kaveen, but they don't have enough energy to Broodling. I wonder what they're going to do.
he researched. Sorry, he researched Ensnare.
Oh, did he? Okay, he wants to slow the army and try to catch it out somewhere vulnerable.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't have enough energy for Ensnare either. Ensnare's 100, right?
Yes, it is. So the Queen and Infected now has every base on the map, except I guess these 2 middle ones, and obviously the 3 bases Artanis has. So we're watching the long, slow death animation of Artanis here. At least Infected is adding a little style to it, getting a few Guardians, getting a few Queens. Maybe the Ensnare is for when he goes Guardians, if there was like Corsairs made or something. Just thinking.
So that the Guardians can outrun the ensnared Corsairs?
Or so that he can like scourge them more easily or something, I don't know. I think ensnared Corsairs would still be faster than Guardians. Guardians are slow.
I would think so.
Okay, so here comes army round 2. This army actually looks a little more intimidating, especially with the presence of a Reaver and like 5 DTs. But Infected will just pull some Overlords with his absurd map vision.
That army has hardly any Zealots, though. It means he has lots and lots of scary units, but those lots and lots of scary units are probably going to die pretty quickly if Zerg can get off.
And look at all those lurkers, my god, that's like control group right there, and there's like a bunch, actually on the cliff now there's a bunch of Muta. Infected might have to cancel that base, he might just say, I don't really care about it. He canceled it, okay. Pulls back. DT is slipping into the bottom left-hand base, so at least Artanis doing a good job of sneaking in, denying some of these bases. Alright, so here comes pressure by Artanis on the 6th base of Infected. Night is Canal time. Night is Canal time. Here come the Lurks. Here comes the shuttle. Lurks burrowing. Army having ramp issues because ramps are pretty imba. Although, actually, not that much stuff coming through, but there's a massive surround of the Mutas, and they're picking off the Reavers. Reaver number 1 and 2 are going to fall at like the same moment, and this army is cleaned up almost purely by Muta. And when you have 6 bases with gas, you can just kind of make mass Muta, and it actually gets pretty good if Protoss isn't at some, ridiculous mass. And Protoss with that low of gas count can't really make a ton of Archons, and obviously there aren't Corsairs for Artanis. So, there's 92 supply, 87.
I've managed to find 1 Guardian this game.
Just like, where's Waldo?
No, I said I found 1 Guardian.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, is this like, where's Waldo? Like, I'm trying to find it.
Got it.
I don't know where it is.
It's by the...
So
9 o'clock?
I think Infected's just having fun right now. Oh yeah, I see it. I found it.
I want to see the Queen. I don't think the Queen's done anything yet either.
Queen Broodly! No, Ensnare.
There we go.
Mass Muta. Mass Muta. There's like so many Muta, Liska. Just fly into the main and kill like all the gateways. I don't even know. Doesn't really matter. It's 192 supply to 106 supply. It's a pretty dramatic supply difference. And GG is said by Artanis. And Infected puts PsB up 3-1. So, in short, the upgrades were kind of cute, but didn't really matter.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, if you're going to beat that style, you better punish it, and you better punish it a lot. There was very little punishment, so it was going to be a hard game for Artanis. All right. So,
yeah, I guess the other thing I'll have to get feedback on from people is having Puka run the stream, because like on one hand it is really smooth for the overlays and stuff like that, but the one issue I could see, and we'll have to check, is if we're talking about stuff that's not on screen, we can't exactly see what the obs is seeing, so that might be like miscoordinated, so we'll have to get feedback on that at some point. So we're going into game 4, 5 on Tuckcross.
Yep, game 5.
LRM versus who they play? LRM versus AOV ended there. The question is, will it end here for iwL, or can they start the beginning of a comeback? Spawning on the right side as our yellow Zerg, we have iwL's Finito. On the left side, as our orange Protoss, we have Dragon PsB. Dragon's going to be, I think, a tough opponent here, as he did get into the semifinals right now of TLS. Unfortunately, he's going to meet the Monster next, and if he wins that, well, that'd be something, but could very well be the end for a run, but still, pretty nice run. I believe that's the farthest that Dragon has gotten in TLS in a while, and I'm pretty sure he's been fairly active, so that shows what activity can do. And Finito, what is his max rank? I don't know. There's too many I don't know iwL players and AOV players very well. I know Dragon's A-.
Finito's A+ in 2v2.
Oh, 2v2, but plus is like A+ in 2v2, and he's like C+ in 1v1.
Finito, I know he's at least B rank. He's been B rank for a while.
Yeah, it sounds.
He's really strong link control, like what you'd expect from a 2v2 player.
Yeah.
Really strong link control, really strong micro. He looks unstoppable for the first 10-15 minutes of any game he plays. But if you survive those first 10-15 minutes, it starts to peter out as he has to get onto 4, 5, 6 bases.
That is an interesting wall. I guess he wants to put the gateway kind of over right and top of it, and have the gap be at the bottom. Dragon's usually pretty savvy about those things, so I'm going to assume he knows what he's doing with his wall, and that's going to be a nice solid wall.
That's really weird.
What?
The wall.
Oh. Yeah, I think more often I see the forge at the bottom, but I guess this can work. We'll see. I'm curious to see exactly where the gateway sits, but I think I know what he's going to do. Probe is being annoying against the drone, and the probe has first hit. Finito! Okay, reacts in time, pulls the drone back. Always get a little nervous when there's about to be a drone kill. And Dragon's going to continue to try to block. I wonder if we'll put a pylon down. Nope. We got pair of lings on the way. And Dragon dropping a cannon. Yeah, gateway's going to go where I thought it was going to go. Actually, wait. Is that gateway going to sit on top of the forge, or is that going to have an open gap? And apparently on Tau Cross, if... Is that right? You need 2 cannons for 4 lings? On Tau Cross, 2 cannons before Nexus?
It
seems...
I mean, he might have not scouted... Or, I mean, he might have not known what was in the egg. So he's assuming that the next eggs were also lings. But he's not canceling.
Maybe, yeah. And unfortunately, one of those lings has killed off the scouting probe of Dragon, who puts down his Nexus, and I will see the gateway. I want to see where the gateway ends up fitting here. Are we going to have tightness between the forge and the gate? Yeah, we are. Okay, yeah. That's what I thought it was going to do. So yeah, it just has a little 2 hex gap below the forge. And the third base...
on the right side?
On the right side, I'm pretty sure that'll be tight.
Really? Oh. Alright. Alright.
Even if it wasn't, in terms of lings, you have to think that would be a really long run-by distance if you tried to go up above and around the gateway, even if it somehow wasn't tight. That'd be really bad.
It's long, but... I don't know. The cannons aren't... Like, that cannon won't be able to hit you. Almost? Maybe?
Wait, what do you mean? Which cannon?
The cannon on the left wouldn't be able to hit you for more than 2 shots.
I think it'll hit you the whole duration of the journey around the gateway.
I don't know. It's not going to matter this game.
Yeah, apparently. He's not going for a ling run by, it doesn't look like. Although he's getting his lair and getting his speed as well. I mean, that's pretty typical, though. So, third base is nearly done for Finito. And looking back at Dragon's base, we see the core is almost done. So pretty normal Stargate timing.
Typically, this is the gateway you want to get. Sorry, not the gateway. This is the hatching position you want to get if you're going to be aggressive. if you're not going to be aggressive, then you want to have the choke of a natural, and you want to be able to expand behind that. But if you're going to be aggressive, you aren't necessarily thinking about your fourth base super soon, and you want a base that's easier to defend with your ground units. So, which means a base that's closer to all your other stuff, so that a big force just kind of sitting out in the middle of the map covers both of them. So, based on that hatchery positioning, I'm guessing that Finito's going to be looking to get pretty aggressive in the mid game.
And Dragon here with a 2-Zealot poke, but there's a lot of links from Finito, and Speed kicks in. He might cut off the Zealots from Dragon, which would be a little unfortunate. It's not the end of the world, but he's trying to get the one. It's down to yellow, can't quite get it. The second one also slips through very low on health, so that turns out okay from Dragon, although both those Zealots are wounded. Finito loses, looks like 2 links to the cannons in the process, and now Dragon pokes out again with these very wounded Zealots, maybe just trying to get a feel for what the link count is. His +1 is only just started. Corsair on the way. And will we see the Cyber Core start to spin here? It's quite possible. We're going to see more Corsairs, so yeah, we'll probably see +1 at some point. And Dragon, having not had a scout in, is going to go ahead and send the Corsair immediately to check out the Zerg bases. Spire will be just about done by the time the Corsair gets there. So really won't be able to get any Overlord kills.
Ooh, but he's hiding the Overlords. Like, there's a really weird position to have your 3 Overlords.
Yeah, it's kind of cute.
So
let's hope Dragon pays attention to this Corsair nicely. Yeah, I'm trying to see if Scourge are making any of the eggs. There's a pair hatching in the natural.
Yeah. I guess they're going to be there in time.
Dragon, I hope you're watching this Corsair. Is he watching? Oh, good. Nice. No, okay, yeah, and we're getting +1, we're getting the Zealot range, so basically the quote-unquote Neo Biso build type stuff. +1 Zealots there.
So, Scourge are out. He didn't build the Goon to kill
Oh, okay, Finito is paying attention.
He didn't build a Goon to pick off the Overlord that was in his base, so that means that we're not going to get a single Overlord.
Yeah. You got really quiet again, by the way. Dragon trying to trap a probe, but there's a gap in the minerals here, so I don't know if that'll work out. If that probe will actually stay trapped or not. So Dragon, oh yeah, I was gonna say Dragon should be moving out with the Zealots, and he is +1, very close to being done. Leg speed also pretty close to being done. He's actually out here a little bit on the early side, but that's fine, as it's not like he's in danger of getting surrounded by lings before his +1 is done or anything like that. And he's actually going to walk in here with the slow lods, or thinking about it anyway, trying to bait at least the Zerglings in. And the way I usually see it when Bisu plays this is he keeps the Zealots rallied across the map, and he just kind of zones in between both bases with his Zealots picking off stray units and using the Zealots basically as scouting to get a feel for exactly what Zerg's doing. And that seems to be exactly what Dragon is doing here, just kind of chilling in between both of the bases with his Zealots, rallying the new ones out, and should be pretty close to, yeah, he's got his critical mass of Corsairs now, he's got at least 5, that might be 6 in there. And these Zealots now being chased back by a lot of lings, and now we've got some Hydra also coming out. His Archives is on the way, Storm is not started yet, but he is making a few Templar. He's going to have to add a couple cannons here, because there are a lot of fast Hydras. And these 6 hatches are up and running for Finito, who is also has his Hydra speed almost done, and now here come the Corsairs. So when this happens, Zerg usually comes out across the map and puts some pressure on, and of course that can create some opportunities here for Overlord kills with the Corsairs. And the Overlords are still slow, but speed is pretty close to being done. But this is a nice Corsair harassing opportunity. Here come a bunch of Scourge and Dragon. Just flies away. And that's really what I see all the time. So it really surprised me because, like, you know, I obviously everyone hears about how Bisu has great Corsair control and stuff like that, but it surprised me how rarely he chooses to fight the Scourge with the Corsairs. Like, if he gets multiple Scourge chasing, almost always he just runs back to the cannons as opposed to trying to do some fancy juke with the Corsairs.
Well, I don't think there's any threat of Nito busting in anytime soon. Corsairs continuing to look around. They're going to see some overlords, but just passing them by. Oh, nope, coming back for... Nope, they're going to leave. Okay, just scouting out with the Corsairs. There we go, found one overlord. They do have speed, so going to be a little bit easier to keep them alive, but one that far out from anything else, pretty easy to pick off.
And Finito is not getting lurker, so we're not going to see like a contain. And now here comes some pressure from Dragon. That is a holy moly! That is a storm.
Ouch.
That is we call it no dodging. Yeah, that is big ouch. So Dragon's what is this? 6-gate pressure starts out nicely. I assume he'll try to take his third behind this. Templar, actually maybe not. Templar are not coming with the army. They need to. There we go. Now he has regathered them. So here we go. Oh, Finito trying to pick off the Templar, but he's not getting them. And now the Nexus is going up. Yeah, exactly as expected. Dragon just pushing out behind this pressure, securing his third base. The other thing you do have to be careful with on Tau Cross is you cannot overcommit with this, because if you do, it's so wide open. If you overcommit with your 4 or 5, 6-gate pressure, as you expand, you just lose the expansion because it's so wide open. Like Fighting Spirit, even if you kind of mess up, you can like put a Templar on the high ground and be like, yeah, you can't really come up here, and you still get your third. But on Tau, if this army dies that Dragon has, then the third just is really exposed and dies. And now Dragon working in a few goons to the composition. This is kind of like textbook standard PvZ stuff right here. Goon range about halfway done.
Alright. So, this is starting to look kind of bad for the Zerg right now, because he didn't get anything beyond 3 bases. He's not going to be in a position to take a 4th anytime soon. Corsairs are still picking off overlords, and Protoss has just such a big army that they're comfortable with taking a 3rd. 3rd should be a really, really hard base for Protoss to take on Tau Cross. And if Zerg is unable to do anything against it, another storm going down on the Mutalisks. Mutalisks are trying to pick off these High Templar. They haven't gotten one yet.
Yeah,
but they're risky
with the Corsairs. The army from Dragon is a little bit separated. There's lots a bit far out in front of the goons, and the flank from the Hydras is kind of working out. And the army from Dragon now looking a little more frail, especially with these newly hatched Muta. If they pick off the Templar, the army from Dragon is not going to be scary at all. In fact, it's down to just a control group right now. Muta flying in. Will they go for the Archons? Yes, I don't know. Dragon has the Corsairs, but they're kind of forgotten about in the bottom of the map. They could really help out in this fight against the Mutalisks. The Archons are going to go down no problem. And now we kind of have this situation with the undefended 3rd. I think he saved enough stuff and traded efficiently that he won't lose his 3rd, but we'll see. More cannons being added. I'd really like to see a Templar coming across the map. Hydra. That's a lot of rallied Hydra here. And we'll see if he can hold on to the 3rd here. He's got a lot of Dragoons out, though. And if he defends nicely at the bridge, he should be okay, especially if he's got a Templar. Oh, he's got 2 Templar on the natural. He should be okay. He should be okay. I'd like to see him get his Templar back over here, though.
Man, Nito's still trying to pressure this. He does have a lot of Hydralisks, didn't quite bring them all in at the same time, but doing damage, is it enough? Lots of Overlords coming in. This is actually going to be suicide for all the Overlords, unless his Hydralisks can win the ground fight, which they kind of are. More resources coming into Storm.
That was a bit of an overcommitment there, and he does lose all his Corsairs. Dragon does not... he's got 1 Storm left. It could be a really good one. He needs to throw it. He needs to notice that he has it. He doesn't seem to... Nope.
There we go.
Breath. He does get it. The base is still holding up. The Dragon needs to get over here and reinforce this. He's got 2 more High Templar coming. They will soon have Storms, and that is going to be the end of the pressure from Finito. And in the end, Dragon might come out of this okay now because he's on 3 base to 3 base. And honestly, if you think about that, he traded fairly cost-effectively. You know, he lost a few Templar, but 3 base versus 3 base, if you trade nicely as Protoss, you still get pretty scary. And Dragon is working his way up in gateways. He is on 10 gate, 11 gate now, if you count the natural gateway. Storm goes down on those Hydras. Second Storm, a little more of a whiff, but we can see there's beginning to Dragon is starting to grow a supply advantage as Finito down to just 61. And the longer he continues to make these mass Hydras, the longer it goes till he can saturate that third base.
Yeah, Finito set up a fourth base down at the bottom of the map, but no saturation at all for it. And this is really hard. This is really hard for him.
I think Finito is in one of these awkward spots where he almost has to make units now, or he just kind of dies to Dragon, especially since he doesn't have like that much SimCity, especially given the openness of the 3 o'clock base. But if he keeps making units, then he can never saturate his third. And Dragon has... Never mind, that probe is not grouped with the army. He just wants to take a fourth, and he's going to go probably kill this bottom base. So the question is, will Finito counter the third of Dragon, or will Finito come try to defend? It looks like he's coming to defend. So here we go, we're going to have an engagement here. A little bit of a flank by Zerg, which could be nice. Dragon is not that huge. Let's see if he can hit good storms. The first one's pretty good. He's got more Templar coming up. There's the muscle. That puts the Hydra in a better arc to fight with. And those are pretty decent storms, forcing the Hydra to kite back now. The Zealots clearing those all out. Dragon 150 supply to just 62 from Finito. And the situation looks pretty much over for Finito. He's going to lose the base. He's going to be stuck on 3 base to 3, with Dragon actually starting to set up a 4th gas. And Dragon just about maxed out now as well. And just has a ton of gateways. Has like 13 gateways or something. It's a lot of Protoss production. Finally, we see some lurks from Finito. Like, it looked for a little bit like Finito wanted to play the Mass Hydra mid-game, but he didn't get Muta and he didn't get any Templar snipes, and he didn't really have the Hydra control. Like, you can make that work, but your Hydra control's got to be impeccable. That, or you gotta snipe off all the Templar. And now Dragon is coming with a very, very scary army. It's got to be getting upwards of 4 control groups now. In fact, it's almost a 5 control group army right now. And there's only 2 lurks out. There's a lot morphing, but this is a really good time if Dragon runs in right before they morph. He can probably just beast this down with sheer Protoss muscle. And he's going for it. The attack on the 3rd hatchery. Huge army. Only thing I'd like to see is Templar. There aren't any, so it's just going to be a pure gateway A move. Zealot's way out in front, but there's only a couple lurkers. It doesn't matter. The rest are still morphing at the top. Finito leads the game, and PsB 4-1.
Ouch. Man, Finito did not, like, I spent a lot, I spent some time in the beginning talking about that base placement, but he did not play the style he needed to, based off of that base placement. If he had done that exact same thing, everything exactly the same, except for taking the 3rd at the natural instead of the 3rd there, he could have had a 4th. And then 4 base Zerg versus 3 base Protoss? Not the best thing in the world, but a hell of a lot more reasonable of a game than that one was. Dragon played really well. Dragon's a good player. That's it. That's it. Pain taking it again, looking really good, and Pain goes to 2-0, along with LRM at 2-0.
Yeah, indeed. So they're looking pretty strong. They've got a pretty good lineup, you know. They might not have a lineup that sounds quite as terrifying, but if you look at their players, you know, they've got lots of strong players. They've got, I think Busy is on that team. They have Dragon. Who else do they have that was good? Several players played that were strong. They've got Infected. They've got a lot of strong guys, and of course, if they get Fangsi as an ace, that really will boost the kind of like team credibility, team threat.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching, and thank you once again to the Swedish Brood War Initiative putting on this tournament, getting some really good games out of it, and we still have many, many weeks to go, so we'll be seeing it for a long time to come.
Indeed. So yeah, we will see you all next week, and finally we won't conflict with TLS, so you guys won't have to break out the split screens or make the agonizing decision of which one of these do I watch. They're both kind of cool. I don't know what to do.
Alright, take care, everyone.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, take care, everybody.